are live in Jubilife City for the Flaming Snake podcast. This is our 8th official podcast. I'm so hyped. Hype it up. But I do have to say, I do apologize for no podcast last week. I accidentally deleted it.
Ha ha ha, funny.
Yeah, Fred would kill me. We didn't really have a good time to do it, so...
Yeah, our
just
schedules were all screwed up, and then I ended up...
Yeah, things
Things are a bitch.
Things were...
But no, I finally been able to have a little bit of free time, so I've just been updating the dock like crazy. In fact, as I'm talking here, I'm still doing the the MVPs, so...
Trash. Impeach. Anyways, with that being said, I am joined here with, of course, you've already heard him, the
Hello.
commissioner of the IPDL and worst person to do a podcast because he interrupts people in the world. Nah, I'm just kidding. We love you, fam. GalacticEmpire.
Hello. You already heard my voice, but I'll say hi anyways.
Alright, so, this week has been kind of crazy. I do say, but first we are going to go over some recap of week 7. It's going to be like maybe a minute 30. So, of course, we started off with Pred versus Tepig, in which it was a 3-0 in Pred's favor, followed up by Flygon beating Dante 2-0, Miku getting his second win of the season, back-to-back, as I might also say. 1-0 against Red King. Saigai beats Celebi 6-0, no surprise there. Afonso beats Bryn 5-0, which is kind of a surprise.
Yeah,
Tash beats
I
Galactic.
Hold on, I want to have 3.
I was gonna say that for after. Tash defeated Galactic 1-0. Gil defeated Cynthia 3-0, which I'm actually surprised about knowing that. And then Nick beat Leafy 3-0. Anything you would like to comment on this?
I just wanted to point out 3 games because of the significance that they held. First off, Afonso versus Bryn. I know that it was a 5-0, wasn't that interesting of a battle, but those two going into it were both 5-1, or 6-1, or something. Yeah, 6. I don't know, but they basically were had a tied record, but they only had 1 loss and everything, and it was basically for first place in the entire league and everything. So I just thought that was something to note there. The second one was myself versus Tash and everything. Our records were very similar, and the fact that it was only a 1-0 showed that it was just a really good battle, even though I'm still a little bit disappointed I got hacked a little bit, but you know, it is what it is. It is the game we play. So that was a good one, and then another one was Cynthia versus Gil beating Cynthia and everything. That keeps Gil close to playoffs, but it also knocks Cynthia back down into the playoff, actually the thick of the playoff race and everything, as she's now only 1 win ahead of myself and Gil. So it keeps things interesting. So I wanted to point those 3 out.
Yeah, some interesting matches going on in week 7. I would like to bring up the significance. I don't know why, but I randomly zoned out.
That's wonderful news.
Yeah, I was trying to fix something. But Pred versus Tepig, I feel like had a little bit of significance. In which, and yes, I am sad to say this, he became, I believe he became first in the league, if I'm correct. Or am I wrong?
He became what?
Didn't he become first in the league this week? Or last week?
Who, Pred?
Yeah.
No. Afonso still takes it. Pred has 2 losses.
Yes! Alright. So, with that being said, we move on to week 8, and we shall start off with Nick versus Gil.
Okay, notes.
As he starts flipping.
Okay, notes. I love the Salazzle set. the Toxic Veto Shock, that's something you don't see that often and everything, so that's cool. But the thing I really loved about that set, though, and everything was I absolutely loved the substitute on it. I thought that was brilliant. You lived on 1% from that Thunderbolt. You were able to kill that Raikou with it and everything. I'm assuming that was a roll. And I'm assuming that it was also a roll not in your favor, considering Salazzle has no bulk at all whatsoever, unless you put bulk on it. So living on 1%, that was very, very lucky. Speaking of unlucky rolls, the Bolt Strike didn't kill the Arquanid. And that caused Arquanid to claim yet another kill in that match. That the Arquanid was a really, really prominent force throughout the entire match. Did a lot of damage. The Rosalie Berry didn't really have. It wasn't part of the match and everything on the Komodo and everything. Obviously, I thought it was cool tech and everything. Obviously, it didn't do anything because Komodo was already so weakened that it didn't matter at all whatsoever. And then the last thing I have here is I'm not sure if the crit mattered. I'm not sure exactly how much the differential would have changed at all. If Gil may have even won with that Mega Altaria there. But the crit on the Continental Crush Z move nicked the game on the last turn.
Yeah, so again, Rosalie Berry, yeah, it was really cool. I don't think there was that big of a significance on the Salazzle set. Like, Substitute is pretty common. HP Ice was a mineral, and I think depending on if he had Roost, he could have still won it. But again, I think he had Toxic on something, so he could have just willed that thing down with Toxic. So, next up we have Leafy versus Red King, and I think this was a really close battle. Nope, I was wrong. Yeah,
No,
I was
it
very
not
wrong.
whatsoever.
I haven't watched this battle, so I can't wait.
Hold on 1 second. Like I said, I'm trying so hard. I'm still doing the MVP race.
I'm labeling this video so unprepared. Kappa.
I told. Oh, it's.
I'm messing with you, man.
I know it's
So
not that.
I
It's
guess
just
I guess from what I'm
long.
seeing right now, really good. Going for that Will-O-Wisp on the Harris, aka Gligar.
Yeah, that was nice. I wrote that down.
Overheat was good.
Although my first note that I made, if you go back to turn 1 and everything, I have a first note there.
Not doing that.
Well, anyways, Greninja is amazing. You'll see why later in the match as well. Sableye did really well in this match and everything, like you said, with burning the Gligar and everything, but that Prankster and everything, giving that priority to status moves. At least in recent months and everything, I've become really, really interested in using those using status moves in my battles and everything. I'm trying to build teams using that in mind and everything. I love to be able to status, especially like Will-O-Wisp toxic stuff like that. I love being able to use stuff like that now. What is it? Can't read my own notes. That's really, really bad. Rotom. It looked like a K, no wonder. Rotom plus Mimikyu. Beat your defensive walls that overheat to the Mega Autono, and then obviously the Reuniclus, even though you recovered. It really did a number. Then also when you your Autono was just bad. Oh, I feel bad. Your Autono, you're prepped for it and everything. You forgot to use Protect, and then also because of that, you switched into Flygon. And Red King, he read it like a book. Rotom Heat trick to stop the Reuniclus sweep. I'm not sure if you can read the chat or anything, but it went from for me to puts away popcorn to grabs the lube. So after that was brought out and everything and showed the trick that legitimately like I wrote down amazing tech. And then I like the Zero Aura. I like the special Zero Aura. So
I'm not even gonna ask why it said that, but okay. Shout
it
out.
was like the god of all play.
Whatever.
Like legitimately, that battle got so intense. It just like
Lol. Anyways, shout out to Red King for the Mimikyu name. I will give you that one. Except that it's a male. I just realized that, and now I take away my shout out. So, you're
okay. Shout out to Red King for the Greninja nickname.
Whatever. Also, speaking of Red
Great
King,
nickname.
I will. Speaking of Red King, video of me versus Red King will be up tomorrow.
Sweetness.
All right. So, next up we have Cynthia versus Tash.
And that one happened about an hour ago.
Yeah.
So, alright, so let's see. For this one, I don't have that many things to say about it and everything. I feel it was a little bit one-sided. The freeze on the Zygarde was obviously extremely unfortunate. But the but not the Mega Metagross. The Metagross plus the Mega Charizard X, it had pure power to it. It took out some defensive threats. It weakened your team, Cynthia. Like I said, the para was unfortunate on the. I'm not sure if you were just off or something, but I really don't have much to say about it. It felt one-sided a little bit, and it wasn't what it would be. I felt it was just a classic game where one person was better than the other, or at least they prepped better or something. You made some really nice plays and reads though, and everything. So making kiss, but with it being 5-0 and everything, it's still that's a little hard. So
I will say that that was a crazy battle. I think the freeze actually mattered. But no, that's pretty much it. And of course, this match was like 20 battle. Okay, there we go. I think once the Feeny died, and then
it was over.
and like
Oh, that's another thing I forgot to mention. Hazard stacking was so important in this battle.
yeah. All right.
Yeah, getting hazards. So those that was really important.
Yeah. All right. So next up, we have I would say probably one of actually probably not. There's some battles where it's like, oh, maybe this is game of the week, but
Mine was not game of the week.
yeah, because Alfonso versus like yeah, okay, we will get to that battle next. But until then, we have Bryn versus Galactic. Take it away.
Same thing. I don't have much to say. First off, well, I indulged. Bryn asked me if I could play, and I prepped, so I did a shitty 10-minute prep. And I know that has something to do with it. Whether I won or lost the battle eventually, regardless, I really don't know. But I know that it had something to do with it because at least for the differential. So there's that. Which means my prep was bad, my play was bad. I missed a couple of heat waves, which I probably was huge. And that was specifically because of the fact that on my last note, I couldn't break the Sudowoodo plus the Pyukumuku. But the heat waves, if I would have landed them on the Sudowoodo, it would have been a completely different story. I definitely think I was in the game and everything, and I'm sorry it's a very long one. You're gonna have to skip through it because I switched around a fuck
Son of a
ton
gun.
because I wanted to win as bad as possible. And so I spent like 20 turns switching within like 4 mons, knowing that my chances of winning were 0 anyway. But I thought that, you know, maybe he'd make a misplay, maybe I'd make just a great read, or hacks would happen. But basically, at that point, that's what I was relying on. Anything that would at least lower the differential for me.
And now you see why I wanted to ban Pukumuku, because this thing's garbage.
So
Oh my god, you did take like 70 million turns.
I wasn't happy. And then another thing, I did like my Megalopony set. I used the Fake Out Last Resort Megalopony set, so I thought that that was a cool set.
Okay.
But yeah, that's all I have for that.
Alright, so next up we have, I would say, oh my, nope.
Alright.
Nope. It's officially not Game of the Week.
Okay.
I already see where this is going, and I haven't even watched the replay.
Oh, Conto versus Shy Guy?
Yeah.
Oh, if you're wondering and everything, that Haxorus didn't sweep.
No, I'm talking about the Chansey.
That Chansey died way early in the game.
Oh, thank God. Okay, this is Game of the Week.
Yeah, this game took about 20 turns, I think.
Oh, wow, that was quick.
Yeah, well, Alfonso, like I said, he won, what was it, 4-0? My things here were, hazards with the clef key, that was pretty cool, getting those up and everything. If you would have put another layer of spikes up, the Haxorus could have swept because, Doublade would have gone down to the hazards instead of being able to kill the Haxorus, with the Shadow Sneak. So you would have been able to get a couple. So, like I said, the Haxorus Mega Gyarados sweep. Really, you lost your answer to everything. I mean, I legitimately, I don't want to say boring because it was exciting because it's a sweep, but at the same time and everything, I mean, it was. Saigai was just completely overwhelmed in this battle. Nice job giving the kills to the Haxorus. But also the one thing that I do give Saigai credit for and everything was he toxic the Haxorus, meaning that it put it on a life support. Meaning he just had to play around it and everything and sack a couple things, make some great switch-ins to make some predictions, and get that thing down low enough to where, like he did, Doublade came in with a Shadow Sneak to kill it to keep it from sweeping all in general. But then you went ahead and you had that one chance and everything. You had a few more turns come in, and Mega Gyarados came out. That thing got a Dragon Dance up, and then it was game over. Because, like I said, if you had a hard time stopping the first one, you're gonna have an even harder time trying to stop the second one.
Yeah. I will say that this is not the year of the dragon. So please, for the love of God, stop the dragon dance, Afonso. Like, legit, I think, it was three or four times that he started dragon dancing.
Oh, cool. 2 or 3.
I think it was 3.
Didn't he make a good prediction with the second dragon?
He did. He did. That was really good and very risky, I would say.
Yeah, but I probably would have made the same play.
Yeah, true. Alright, so next up is... I haven't watched half of these battles, and just seeing these teams is just really, really something else. So, it is Pred versus Celebi. Not much to be said.
Yeah, 6-0 sweep. I'm not really notes, more or less of critiques for Celebi. Stop trying to set up and everything. It didn't work.
That's never gonna work.
Just letting things go down. And just another thing that you need to do is you need to get some more defensive threats. Your team is very offensively threatening. However, there's nothing defensive much about it except for the Mega Aggron.
Wait,
You-
he.
I just didn't like it. I just didn't like it. You got outplayed, you got outprepped. It just, yeah.
He got out everything. Um, I'm surprised about the fairy Silvally.
I like the Fairy Silvally. That was the one thing that I did like.
Yeah, that was really
That.
good. I mean, hey, I'm surprised you didn't say shout out to Celebi for the name of
Superior nickname?
the yeah.
I will as soon as he starts using it well.
Um. Oh, I don't know what music this is, but this is good music. I think there were so many things that he could have brought this back, but he just didn't capitalize on what he had, and letting the Hypno die just Celebi, I'm telling you, if you do watch this, please listen to these words. Well, after like week 12 or after week once week 12 hits, then you can start doing this, but stop with the setup. It's not going to work. People have seen you do it so many times, and it's just predictable at this point. So you gotta stop, my dude. You gotta stop. Alright, that's all I'm saying for that. I'm gonna skip forward.
No, okay, please continue to rant. It helps me finish the MVP rankings.
Well, I mean, looking at this battle, he had nothing for the Hydreigon once the and even then he could have had Flash Cannon on the Hydreigon, and that would have killed Savelli. This is giving me a heart attack just watching this battle. I'm sorry, but I guess I will start talking about the next battle. Tepig versus Flygon.
And this, I know that in the see, me personally, this is my game.
I would say this is my game of the week too.
I say I absolutely
It's always
love.
it's always Flygon. It's always Flygon.
But that's not the reason why I'm choosing it.
Oh no, I know.
The reason I'm choosing it is because of how Tepig played. And like I said, we weren't able to show you the one that he played last. He lost last week's
Wait,
to.
whoa, hold up.
But he's starting to play really good.
Tepig.
His prep is getting better. I loved the one thing I loved is I loved the substitute on the Latios. You could have played it a little bit better and everything. Going for another sub and everything, knowing that he was going to be breaking a sub and everything, likely going to get out of there and everything. The Dragon Claw, I think, wasn't, like I said, that misplay there. I think just getting another sub up and everything, that way you can, do a couple hits and everything, do some more damage, I think was the right play there. But I loved the Laudio set, but you're getting a lot better.
No, I can't, I'm cringing. I'm cringing.
Whirlpool. Usually, I hate any speaking set that's not Sleep Talk, Rest, Sleep Talk, or Substitute, Protect, something like that. But it worked. It would have worked in this situation here. Keeping something trapped in there against the Suicune, which didn't want to die and everything, defensive threats. The Toxic on the Crobat, that was kind of cool and everything. Obviously it gets it, but running it, you don't see that as much as you used to. So that was cool. That was another thing. You let Suicune get Toxic, although I wouldn't have predicted it there either. So, although I may have, if you had Protect, gone for it, just to scout to see what you want to do. But then obviously, Subkyurem Black at the end won the game, got 4 kills, and it swept you. But until then and everything, which you had no answers for left at that point and everything, you played that game extremely, extremely well.
I will say he did play it very well, but there's gonna be a rant here. There's gonna be a rant here. Just trust me.
Well, good.
I'll let you finish.
But just looking at the last 2 games that he had versus Red and Flygon, he's showing real, true promise and potential in those last 2 battles, and I'm really excited to see how he does coming up the next few. he's going to be out there and he's going to be good and looking for some healthy, nice, juicy wins.
Well, let's hope it's not this week. But we'll get to that later. There's so many things I want to say about this match. Okay, first off, why would you run Tail Whip on your Zebstrika? What are you doing? Maybe if you played your Zebstrika a little better, things would have gone a lot better for you, Tepig. Jesus. Second, yes, Whirlpool was good, but it missed twice in a row. That's why you don't risk those things, my dude. I mean, if you're memeing, fine, but Jesus. 85% accuracy. Nothing went good. Third off, I do like that Latios. That Latios was great.
That Latios, that was fire. I loved it.
Fourth. I apparently don't know what Solid Rock did, but looked good. Fourth off, or fifth off. I don't know. I'm just I don't know how to feel. I really don't. These battles are starting to give me cancer. Like, how does an Iron Head from a Mawile not do anything to a what you call it?
Well, first off,
a Rhyperior.
extremely physically bulky. And if I'm correct, wasn't there like a stat drop boost or something?
No, I don't. I really don't think there was.
Hold on, let me hold this shit up.
Seventh off or sixth off. Why do you always let your thing get toxic? Like, seriously, man.
The Suicune, that one there, even I wouldn't have.
When did it get toxic? When did it get toxic? Let's find this out. No, it wasn't even a stat drop. There wasn't even a stat drop.
It was from the Crobat.
It was from the Crobat. I see that. Also, you guys legit stop with making like.
Oh yeah, that thing did jack shit. Yeah, you're right.
Stop with the gender thing. It's confusing me. I want to say Bruce, but it's a female. Anyways, so.
It's because nobody but you actually cares.
I know nobody cares, but I care. It's messing with me. Anyways, final note. Tokiss did nothing at all. And the rust is showing, Tepig. But luckily it's coming off. Alright. And finally, I would say is my my biggest win this season. Yeah, that's actually not been a 3-0. Actually, then again, this is my third one. I do want to talk about this. But
okay.
Yeah, because you're gonna do MVPs. Okay, so.
No, I actually just finished.
Oh my Jesus. Okay, so I will mention this because I just want to. I didn't predict his team at all. I got like 2 things right, and I think that was the Tropius and the Crook. But somehow this ended up better than it should have. Yeah. Go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so Freeze on Tropius was unfortunate and everything, but obviously over because you had the Sneasel right there. I gone. I don't even think it needed to be choice banded. Maybe I don't even. Life Orb probably took care of things. A great switch with the Claydol, predicting the Thunderbolt. I thought that was a great switch. And then like I said, I don't have many notes for this one either. Then Cabal after that and everything, the all out pummeling to kill the Mega Ampharos with your Cabalion, and then after that, I mean, he had no answers to it, and you just swept with it. I think Dante could have prepped a lot better.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, I don't think his play was off or bad or anything. I think he played okay, but.
Oh yeah, you are not wrong. Not wrong in the slightest.
Prep-wise, he just bad.
I think the Magnet Rise on the Mega Amph was amazing.
Yes, that I forgot to mention that. I completely forgot to mention.
Um,
Because with the Nido King sitting right there.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Magnet Rise was a
Only
great
thing I could have done there was Ice Beam.
Yep.
But like, if I didn't carry Ice Beam, I was screwed. Well, I mean, depending on how much a Sludge Wave did. But point is that I think I made a risky play, keeping Athos in, keeping Athos in, going for the close combat against the Crook, and then, yeah, I think. I don't know. There was a lot going on in this match that was like, yay, and then boo, and then why are you doing this to me? I don't think the freeze was as like, you know, as it was, because he was actually a full Calm Nature. Calm Nature 252 defense, or special defense. Which he would have just died instantly to an Ice Shard.
Exactly.
And
although he did have the defense boost, didn't he? The ×2 defense boost.
Yeah. Also, yeah, I don't know how he got like plus 3. Like ability? I know he had a Starf Berry, but which, by the way, props on that. I love that berry, best berry. Let me see. Frozen Solid. Yeah, his speed rose sharply, but then where was it? Yeah, there was so much going on with this battle. So GG to you, Dante. I know this happened today, and I just wanted to say GG, but I'm hitting buttons. But GG, man. That's all I can really say. So, with that being said, let's get on to you wanna do MVP? Or do you wanna?
Oh, hold on. Sorry. I told you I had a stressful week. I'm eating my comfort right now.
You're eating during the podcast. Whatever. He's on his.
I had a stressful week.
So have I. So have
I did about an hour when you went downstairs to get your
my food.
I went downstairs and I grabbed a tub of, and I brought it up to my room and now I'm eating it.
Oy vey. My mic like cut out
right out of the tub.
Okay, anyways.
I ate him right out of the tub.
So, I might as well talk about playoffs, or like what's going on in the divisions.
Standings.
Yeah, I'm about to do that. So, in the Shadow Division, we have 5-3. The Ninetales, coached by Cynthia. Gala following behind, just a game behind, at 4-4, along with Gil, who is also 4-4. Miku showing back, kind of backdooring his way into the top 3 for his division, at 3-5. Please let that be a thing. Afonso really showing up here at 7-1. Bryn at 6-2. Leafy and Red King should be switched, but
I haven't had a chance to finish that yet. There are a few things that need to be switched, like Nick and Dante and...
Alright, so, Red King, of course, in 3rd place, trying just to find a way to make playoffs, because it's basically still possible. And then Leafy...
Well, it's very possible, because like I said, it's not all... I mean, he's basically 2 wins out of playoffs right now, so it's very possible.
And so is Leafy, but sadly he cannot clinch his division. Pretty sure of that.
No, he can.
Oh.
Afonso loses out and Leafy wins out.
Okay, so, Pred finally clinching his 1st place in his division, while, in 2nd right now is Nick, is Nick, and then Dante, and then Tepig, who is still super rusty. But it's getting better, in the win division, we have Flygon and Saigai taking the top 2 spots, with Tash slowly behind, just by a few differential, and then there's There's setup Celebi.
Mm-hmm.
So
So if you go to the playoffs page right now, it's not updated. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give you what would be, because like I said, that's the one thing I haven't updated yet.
okay.
So for the upper half, so for the top half, for the Shadow and Thunder division, as those are in the conference together, Cynthia would be playing Brynn in that matchup and everything. Cynthia is the division winner, or at least it would be at this point, and they would play the first wild card seed, meaning Brynn. Alfonso is currently on top of the Thunder division, meaning he would play the second wild card seed, being myself, Galactic, which means I would have been fucked over 10 times.
Yeah, you just gotta change
River
the
and
colors.
Wind divisions. For the River and Wind division and everything, this is where things change up a little bit and everything. Pred is now on top. He would be playing the second place wildcard seed because he's first in that conference now. That second placed wildcard seed would be Tash now, which means Tash is actually now coming into the playoffs, knocking Dante out and everything. And now that Nick is above Dante, Dante has some work to do, even though it's only 5-1, differential. But yeah, Pred would be playing Tash right now, and then Flygon would be playing Saigai.
Okay.
That would be a match. That would be a matchup.
Alright, you just have to change colors, and I will get onto the MVP race. The best place in the world.
Yeah, things have changed, and if you notice on week 7 and everything, also falls in line to, busy week. So, as it says, sorry, everyone, long week. We'll be skipping this week. Frowny face. Minus the yeet.
Okay, so, Alright, so for our week 8 MVP race, we have the Mega Gyarados on top, followed by Kyron Black, somehow. Mega Glade.
4 kills.
Oh, Mega Glade, Mega Lopunny, not Lopunny, or Lopunny.
Close enough.
Mega Manectric, Mega Charizard X, following behind at the number 6 slot. Hydreigon, who basically just swept at the number 7. Mega Aerodactyl,
Yeah,
Alexam,
here.
and then...
But if you notice here and everything, the Hydreigon you said swept. That is wrong, because I almost shit all over Celebi because of the fact that he allowed Mega Glade to get so many kills.
Ah, well, you know what I meant. I said basically, so yeet. And then finally we have the Tapu Bulu finishing it up. I'm sad to see no Tropius, but I had to do it to him. I had to. But I'm still impressed by the performance that it's had so far. For an unranked mon on Showdown, or untiered mon on Showdown, yeah. So,
Yep, good.
with that being said,
I'm done eating my icing for now. I'll put it back in the fridge.
we get finally to the predictions, and I still hitting buttons. Oh my god, why do I keep hitting buttons? I need to stop today. I'm done. Okay.
He has the big gay.
So, week 8 hasn't been finished, and
Yes, it has.
we don't have. Okay, so week 9's not in.
It's done.
But week 9's not in there for some reason.
Oh, for pick'ems?
Yeah, so it's fine.
Yeah, that's
it's fine.
Oh, no, it's fine. I can do it. I can do it through the Discord because I'm not streaming it, or recording it.
Yeah. Okay.
I can actually give you everybody's pick.
Okay, so
no changing your picks now, bitch.
wait, what? I did. Okay. 3, I think. Okay, so 3 and 1. Gala, you lost, right?
Yeah, I lost.
So 3 and 2. 4 and 2. Red King won, right?
Mm-hmm.
5 and 2.
1, 2, 3, 3 and 1, 3 and 2.
We're each 5 and 2, but did Nick win or no?
Yeah, Nick won.
Okay, so you're 5 and 3, I'm 6 and 2, which means I won this week, and I also won last week. I think. Gil beat
I don't
Cynthia. Nick. Wait, did Bryn beat Afonso or did Afonso beat Bryn?
Afonso beat Bryn.
Dang it. So, oh wait, no, I had Afonso too. So we basically tied last week.
Afonso.
Or we tied
Gil,
week 7.
Nick. I went 7-1
For what? Week 7?
last week, and you went 7-1.
You didn't go 7-1.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
For week 7, yes, I did.
Yeah, for week 7, not week 8.
Yeah, but we were talking about week 7. No, for week 8, I think I went.
Yeah, I
Three or
think we both went 7.
That's still pretty good.
Might I add that I still haven't gotten my title for, yeah. Anyways.
Because we never decided that we were going to be doing that.
So you can say your things.
Proclaimed.
You can say your thing for week 9. I'm gonna basically just guess, and you can tell me if I was right or not. So right now we have Red King versus Dante. I voted for Dante. Gala, who'd you vote for?
I voted for Red King, along with Red King, Sagai, and Leafy. While Bryn, Afonso, Pred, Miku, Leafy. Okay, apparently he forgot to unvote for him, so his won't count. Dante, Gil, Flygon, and Cynthia all voted for Dante.
Alright, so, of course, I'm gonna have Dante 3-0. I think he's just got a better matchup. Red King is... He's slowly slipping. And that's a really... Yeah. I mean, he's not slipping as much, but seeing the team that he's kind of been given after a few trades and has been doing
I think it's a great team.
And that, it is a great team, I won't lie. I just think Dante has the better edge. And, yeah. So, next up we have the game of the week, Tepig versus Miku.
Well, you're not even letting me figure it out, but anyways, King's gonna win around 3 or 4. I think he has a great team to go up against it. Combination of Mega Latias, Breloom, Mimikyu will do some decent damage, allowing it to set up and everything. Dante's going to need to be able to have priority in this matchup. Priority, and I think status moves are the way that he's going to be able to win the game.
Lol. Next up we have Tepig versus Miku. Game of the week, for sure. I mean, there are actually a lot of Game of the Week components for this week. Miku on a 3-game win streak, his only, like, win streak of the season, against a very rusty Tepig. Well, a somewhat rusty Tepig who is actually kind of gaining his ground.
Mm-hmm.
Technically also a personal rivalry, I would say, in opinion.
Okay.
So I have myself winning this 2-0 because it's Tepig. I'm sorry. I love you, Tepig. What do you think?
Like I said, we put these pick'ems up 2 weeks ago and everything. At the time, to Tepig to win, and I guess obviously I won't be changing that. Okay. However, I think it'll be a lot closer, even with the greater potential for you to win this in this case now and everything. I think momentum has a lot to do with it and everything in your situation. Coming off a win against Flygon, almost coming off a win against Pred, defeating Dante just like you did, you're in a great position. Your team matchups are quite similar and everything. However, I think it'll be whoever performs and then plays better with prep in this situation. Those picking Miku are Bryn, Afonso, Pred, Miku, Flygon, and Cynthia.
Yeah.
While Sagai, Dante, Gil, Red King, and myself have picked Tepig to win. I think it'll be a very close win. I think it'll be a very good game, and it'll be a 1 or 2-0.
So I guess I gotta do that part of the segment again. Tepig, I wish you luck. I cannot wait for a great performance.
And may the odds be ever in your favor.
No. And, well, I'll meet you in the, Hopes to Spare arena. Anyways, so next up we have Celebi versus Flygon. We don't even have to go through this because all that's gonna happen is Celebi's gonna set up, and set up, and set up, and utterly fail. So, I have Flygon 5-0.
I have Flygon 4-0, and so does, well, not 4-0, but Bryn, Pred, Miku, Gil, Flygon, Cynthia, Flygon winning, and then you have Shy Guy, bless his heart, has Celebi winning.
Say, guy, if you get it right, I'm actually.
It's okay. I wanted to pick you too, Celebi.
Nah.
Shy, because you do so well against Shy Guy, and you want to know why you do so well? Look what the fuck Afonso just did to his team. That's how he plays against stuff like that. That's why I picked you, and you fucked it up!
6. Oh, might I add. Anyways.
You fucked it up, and then Afonso came in last week and showed you how it was done. Die.
Alright, so. Next up, we have another game of the week, Afonso versus Pred. And
this is the game of the week.
I'm pretty sure I voted for Pred this week.
Okay, well, I know I voted for Afonso.
Okay.
And everything, but I think it'll be a great matchup. Afonso, Shy Guy, and myself voted for Afonso, while Bryn, Pred, Miku, Dante, Gil, voted for Pred. I really think it'll be a great matchup. Definitely Afonso's going to have to work his way around some of these defensive threats that Pred has, because his defensive threats, I don't want to say they do a lot to his team, like to Afonso's team, but they stop Afonso's team from doing anything to Pred's team. This will be a great, great battle, and I think it's whoever's going to be able to slip first. And I think that maybe Afonso, however, preps well enough and throws Pred by surprise. I think that he can grab a win here, and I'm going to have Afonso winning 2 or 3-0. I think once at least one of the major defensive walls on Pred's team goes down, and then you allow like 50% to another one, that's when Afonso will come in and he'll win. But he needs to be able to get rid of at least one of those major defensive walls on Pred's team.
Yeah, there's a couple things that have kind of been thought about. Definitely for sure. I love how I say I know things and then I just like go blank. It could definitely be game of the week. Afonso just needs to start picking up. Pred's trying to go for number 1, so.
Yeah, he is.
Yes.
And winner of this one will get number 1.
So there's no way anyone's gonna be stopping Pred. But anyways. Next up we have Cynthia versus Bryn. And
what?
And I think I have Cynthia winning this one.
You skipped mine.
I did?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Shy Guy 5-0. Going up against Galactic. I think.
No way. No, I'm not letting it be a 5.
Chansey. If it,
defensive. I have offensive threats, both physical and special off.
Okay, let's see.
It's going to be. Chansey, I don't think is a good bring for him.
Let's see this real quick. Let me say this real quick. Shy Guy, if you bring Chansey, I'm going to physically demonetize you. Let's say that in terms. But yeah, that's. I think I have Shy Guy. And I'm pretty sure you have yourself.
Yes, I'm the only one to have myself.
Okay. So
everybody else that I've previously met for and for Shy Guy, I'm the only one picking myself. I think it'll be a good game, though. I really, truly do. As of recent, Shy Guy and I have been having really great battles. Everything, whether they're all ending in less than 3-0s, most of them being 2 or 1-0s. So I think it'll be a great match.
You want to
all the fucking trades?
No. You wanna do the little moment where you wish Shy Guy the best?
No, I'm not going over. Oh, yeah. Good luck.
Stupid. See, Shy Guy, he doesn't care. He doesn't care. He just wants his murder party really quickly.
Well, I thought you were going to ask me to go over the trades real quick, and I was like, well, in the.
What? No, there was no trades. What are you talking about?
where the fuck have you been sleeping? Did you see all the trades that happened today?
No, I've only seen Saigai try to take my Cobalion.
Okay, well, now you've piqued my interest and everything. We're gonna go over all the trades that happened today.
Oh
We're
my
gonna go over them right now.
What? No, we still have 3 battles. What are you talking about?
Well, I don't care. We're going over them now.
Wait, no, we can go quickly over this real quick. So, Cynthia versus Bryn. I believe I have Cynthia. Or I think who do I have for this one?
I have Cynthia. You have... You also have Cynthia.
Okay. I think...
As well as Dante, Flygon, as... Bryn, Afonso, Pred, Saigai, Gil, Cynthia, and Red King have Bryn.
Okay, so, Okay, I probably just heard that wrong. Cynthia, I think, has just been on a dominant rampage with Tez by her side. I don't ship it, but I do ship it. And then Bryn's kind of been just slowly stalking his way down. Although, I swear to God, if I see an Ancient Power boost on a Mega Camerupt, even with Sheer Force, I'm going to die. Anyways, Nick versus Tash, I think I have Tash, and Tash is just...
You have Tash.
Tash has just
There's
been...
There's only 2 of us picking Nick, and that's Saigai and myself. We're having a lot of that opinions here.
Yeah,
I love what Nick is doing recently, though. I love the team. I love the trades that he made.
I just think that Tash is just pulling through with momentum, and I think that will be enough to carry him.
I think this is another potential game of the week as well and everything, but...
Probably. Leafy versus Gil to finish it off. I'm pretty sure I voted for Leafy, because I will never vote for Gil unless it's a super easy matchup. And
I voted for Gil, and you voted for Leafy.
And this one was not an easy matchup. Leafy, legit, all you have to do is do good, and you should be good. But anyways, with that being said, we can finally get to...
That last match is going to be completely chaos, so...
We can finally get to your trades because you're crazy. Alright, so...
Okay, so, yesterday, Nick dropped Bronzong, Lycanroc, for Mesprit, Stakataka, and Spiritomb. That kicked it off.
Might I add...
he dropped the Gengar.
Might I add, that was the dumbest thing he could have done. Was what he did. Where in the world are these what division is he?
River.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, I see it now. I just think he downgraded. I really do think he downgraded with Spiritomb. Bronzong's one of the great rapid spinners. Stakataka his team is so...
I think Stakataka will do well on his team.
Here's the other thing. Stakataka is more of a Trick Room set type of team. Yet he has so many fast mons in terms of Lander's Therian, of Scarf Komodo, of Alolan Ninetales, of Mega Sharpedo after it's done getting its like 5 million speed boost. It's got Salazzle. You have Rotom-Mow, who can be really fast. You have Mesprit, who can actually be ran pretty fast. You have regular Persian, who is usually fast. And you lost Gengar for a mon that works super well in Trick Room and not very good anywhere else. You lost a Rapid Spinner for Spiritomb, a really good Rapid Spinner, might I add, to be honest. And then you have Mesprit, which I'm okay with the Mesprit, but that leaves you so open for so many other things. Nick, I swear to...
I'm excited to see how they work.
I'm cringing so far in my head right now. Okay, and then what happened next?
I do agree getting rid of the Rapid Spinner is... Oh, I want to see how these trades work out. Jesus. So anyways, that kicked off all of the trades that happened today.
What happened today?
Yes, because then Saigai, Starmie, he dropped Starmie for Gengar, Nidoqueen for Cloyster, Absol for Steelix, Doublade for Alolan Muck, Ninetales for Delphox. Which
A.
means which
A.
means he moved his Z moves from Kyurem and the regular Z moves roll on.
Okay, so, couple things here. Couple things. Big things. Start me for Gengar. I'm actually okay with that. You didn't drop the Chansey. Still, kinda concerned. Nidoqueen for Cloyster. That's an interesting one. That is a very interesting one. For, like, you basically now... I don't know, it's very interesting. It's very interesting. I do think that the trades kind of line up, which is really good, and he really thought this through, although I'm not happy with you trying to take my Cobalion.
Well, he didn't get it, so...
Yeah. Absol for Steelix, that's good. Doublade for Alolan Muck, good. Ninetales for Delphox. This is the trade I wanted. This is the trade I wanted to hear. Ninetales for Delphox. Guy, I know you watch these. Hit that Delphox with my name on it. And run it well. If me and you do meet in finals, I shall let you get like 5 kills with Delphox, as long as you let me, like, you know, sweep you at the end. And, yeah. Okay. So, anyways, was that all the trades?
No.
Oh, wait. Something's wrong. Celebi and Nick have Spiritomb.
What?
Yeah. After I went off on Spiritomb, I realized that happened. Oh my god. That is funny. Oh my god.
I'll talk with Nick about it.
Oh, you gotta get rid of it. You gotta get rid of it.
Yeah, he does, because Celebi had it first.
Well, I'm putting Bronzong back in.
No.
Oh, then I'm a tomb.
Why the fuck is it? Oh, is it?
Cause I was about to change it. Anyways.
Just keep it like that for now.
With that being said, a whole bunch of.
With that being said, there's still a lot, like thousands of more trades that.
Oh my Jesus. Okay. Like what,
Big.
Gala?
Gil dropped Tentacruel for Vaporeon and Pangoro for the Croak.
Yeah, that's not in the thing.
I know, because I refused to update it until later because I was pissed because all of these trades happened within 30 minutes of each other.
Okay, so what'd you say? What for what?
Tentacruel for Vaporeon.
Okay, that's decent. I like where he's going, except
I think his trades that he made are perfect for his team.
I don't. It's not that. It's just that he's basically getting rid of some of his, like, because he just got rid of a Rapid Spinner right there. He really did. I know Rabambi gets Defog, and I know Armaldo gets. Does Armaldo get
Rapid Spin?
Yeah. Okay. So I don't know. There's something off about this. There really is.
There's nothing off about this. I think this was the best trade he could have ever made in his life. Tentacruel for Vaporeon and Pangoro for Croak.
Okay, Pangoro for Toxicroak. This was a bad trade. This one was a terrible trade.
That's your opinion.
Well, can I explain it? You leave yourself open for more of a psyche type of damage. You basically ran into, like, you ran more of a defense type of a defense, and it just leave your special defense wide open for teams like Hope's Peak. And to be honest, now that I'm looking at it, maybe even Red Kings, which has such a especially offensive type of I wouldn't say metagame, but like strategy to it. So, but again, that's just a theory. Anyways, with that being said, is there any more?
Yes.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You want to see why you now realize why I legitimately flipped out.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. What is there? What is there, buddy?
There's only one more.
Okay, what is it?
and Flygon dropped Zoroark Sharpedo.
Okay, this didn't make sense to me. I think. Give me a sec. I'm actually gonna. Sharpedo. There. I did your job. I don't like this. I know it gets speed boost, and I know that it's a good thing that it gets speed boost, but it kind of, and I know I say this a lot, but it does feel off, cause like you have so many offensive threats that could be disguised, for like kind of more of a strategic type purpose, but at the same time, this is a good idea that you got Sharpedo. I think it leaves more of a physical, like, I don't know, maybe it's because he's not running, like, he doesn't have that many special, mons, in which, like, half the teams are, like, physically defensive, but I think this could go well, but we'll have to see how this works.
This trade will go really well for him.
Yeah, I speak too much. Anyways, anything else? Anything else, buddy?
No, thank God.
Before I go off on you. Okay, so, with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button down below, because likes are nice.
It's not below you anymore. I've moved it. It's above you now.
Boy, you thought. Anyways, subscribe if you are new, because your support is most definitely appreciated. Be ready for some more videos coming out. Like I said, tomorrow will be me versus Red King. And I think later this week we will have a pack opening video. So, with that being said, thank you guys for watching. And until next time, signing off of the Flaming Snake podcast, I am your host, BK Rules 9, and co-host and less attractive person, GalacticEmpire. And until next time, peace out, Mikuins. Yeah.
Bye.